Fuck. Don't look at me. There we go. Hey, Jim Bob Bob. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. It's been a long day. Got some stuff going on in the background of my life, but I'm doing okay, thank you. Hope you're doing well as well, Jim Bob. Blurry? Maybe I need to focus. Thanks for letting me know, Abe. How's that? Maybe I need to do a little zoom. Hold on. It's not working with the... There we go. How's that? Oh, good, Jim Bob. Thanks. Good to hear. Yeah. I need something to put right in front of this to keep it up. Need like a little piece of tape. There we go. There we go. That's better. How's that? Yeah, they stopped pouring concrete. Honestly, I can't tell right now which resolution I'm broadcasting, but I think it's 4K. Save, highlight, share, enable flash, mute microphone. Yeah, I can't really... I don't see settings that I can change right now. You're getting 720? Yeah, I'm not sure. It might automatically set the resolution. It probably does. I don't even see settings of that, so... I just know my camera's set to 4K, but it might just default you or default whoever, or just my default down to a lower broadcast. So sorry if it's 720p. I'll check on that next time. I'll see what we can do. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. No, I don't think I can do anything right now. When you get your Cybertruck, are you planning on visiting Canada? I could show you some off-road areas. Yeah, I would love to go up to Canada. I might go up to Canada before then. I've been wanting to go to Vancouver and do a photo shoot there for a long time. Fly the drone. I gotta get my passport first, so maybe I should probably look into getting the passport, and because I definitely want to go up to the... I hope you're in the West Coast, because I want to go to the mountains. I want to go to Banff. Yeah, if you live near Banff, I'll be up there for sure. I want to go to British Columbia and go to Whistler. Yeah, the Cybertruck at Whistler or the Cybertruck at Banff would be amazing. Any progress in the area of the north near the cable storage? Yeah, I didn't go over there too often. Or I didn't go over there a lot with the drone, but yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on over there. I can see it from here. I don't know exactly, what they're doing over there, but there's a small crane and just a bunch of activity. Stuck out in the boonies with drained battery. Nah, you're not going to be worried, Charles, about being stuck out in the boonies with the drained battery. Firstly, you would calculate how much it takes to go, just like you would a gas car. we're so used to the gas car that we now can calculate those things in our head. And there's so many gas stations that, it's easier to calculate, oh, I'm gonna go out, maybe I'll need an extra gas tank for this trip. So, no, I've never had that issue, even with my 100-mile Kia Soul, that because I calculate and I find those things out prior to leaving. You don't just leave on a trip and then just be like, oh, I didn't even check to see if there's a charging station nearby. And if you had a Tesla, the Tesla would do all that for you. It's not like my Kia Soul where like I have to literally go to like 3 different apps and try to like find all these things. The Tesla would just automatically find you those things. And no, I think that's part of the adventure in the Cybertruck, is that I'm gonna go out to the middle of nowhere, maybe with solar panels. Hopefully we have the solar panel add-on to the top of the Cybertruck. Then it won't matter, because you'll supercharge prior to going into the mountains. So I'm gonna supercharge, let's say I'm gonna go to the San Juan Mountains in Colorado. I'm gonna supercharge in Denver or in Santa Fe or somewhere close by. And then I'm gonna have 350 miles. I'm only gonna drive maybe 100 miles into the mountains, not even that far probably. And then from there, I still have so much range, that even if you thought about solar panels or anything like that, you can go to a campsite with just a wall plug or a RV site with a 240 plug and still charge, not on superchargers and in the backcountry. There's still ways to do that. So I'm not worried about it at all. There's places in Silverton, many places that I've camped at actually in the mountains have wall plug hookups for trucks that have, a heater block, a block heater. And they would run extension cords to charge their engine block heater so that there's whatever doesn't get too cold and not start or whatever, or to keep the engine warm. I don't know, but there's many places that have charging capabilities even outside and further and into the mountains and into the camping areas than just the superchargers. So to be totally honest, when it comes to Tesla, I'm not a single bit worried about anxiety, range, or any of that. Maybe in my Kia Soul, because I only have 100 miles and I'm working off the public chargers, these universal chargers that are just not adequate. But when it comes to Tesla, not worried at all. Especially when you could get a Tesla adapter to charge with all the other things, or charge on a wall plug, or charge off a 240 volt like a washer and dryer connection, the NEMA 1450. So, no, not worried at all. I understand your concern though. Everyone's worried in the beginning, but once you get the car and you start, doing your daily driving and you start calculating your miles and you start figuring out how, everything works, you're gonna gain such a good knowledge base around that you're not gonna worry about range anxiety anymore. Don't worry about that. All right, let me know if you want me to reposition, look at anything else. I'm gonna zoom in for you a little bit. If I can here. There we go, that's pretty good. Oh, this is pretty cool. I think I might turn you over here. Time the guy in the porta potty? Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Oh, he just came out. It was a quickie. Just came out. He just had to pee. I guess it's not as cool over here anymore. Maybe this. Here, check that out. Where is he at? Where is he? Where is he? Right there. Where's he going? I think he's gonna go maybe dump that. Yeah, he's dumping it right there. So actually, I flew the drone earlier right above the pile driver and the bulldozers dumping in the asphalt, and I look straight down, and you can see the asphalt going in to the feeder. That was really cool. And then you could see it going straight down into the ground, right into the hole, and then the pile driver was going straight down. It was great. You'll see that in the video later. I think I'm gonna do a different type of video where I'm gonna try to mix just everything together. Some live audio, some soundtracks in the end with the drone. I think I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I'm not sure, just trying to be creative and be different and just really give the most, information. Aggregate, sorry, not asphalt. Sorry, I do generalize. I'm sorry when I generalize if I don't know, but thank you for telling me aggregate. Thank you. It's gravel. No, it's not gravel. I don't think it's aggregate. Aggregate. I like that. Thank you. It's harder when it's live. You can't actually Google stuff and try to figure out the actual terms. Aggregate equal gravel. Okay, cool, thanks. Gravel. Yeah, I knew that. I just, Alright, let's see what else we got. Got some guys over here floating around talking. I might actually show you this. The workers, there's a worker they pulled up. They come over here next to us every now and then. They'll talk to us. Oh, he kind of got in the way. But they come over here and they got a little survey site thing. I'll forget it. Let's go back up there. What is going on in the stamping area? Oh, so I flew the drone over to the stamping area. Not really much going on, actually. The cover is now over the Giga press. You can actually see it. You want to see it? I'll zoom in on it. You can see it from here. Maybe. I mean, you have to you barely look through the building. Sorry, the text is on the screen and I can't. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I see it. It's right there. There's people walking, lots of people walking around the second floor. I don't see any concrete going in, but they're probably fixing up that second floor. Well, they already got the concrete, so maybe they're doing the next step. But yeah, nothing's going on with the GigaPress area. They got the thing covered up. No cranes really. Actually, no. They might have the crane going up, putting more horizontal beams. No, I think they're done with that too. I think that they had one horizontal beam over there earlier. They might either be putting it up or be done with it, but not a whole lot of activity. Nothing going on with the actual GigaPress. They might be like just getting the next one ready or something, but man, that thing's huge. From where I'm standing, I'm about exactly level with it. Because well, actually no, it's down, but it seems like I'm pretty level with it, and I mean it's huge. It's bigger than a house, bigger than my house at least, bigger than my tiny house in Austin. All right, I think we're gonna move you guys. So here, come check this out. I'm gonna try that they don't cover. Whoops, missed it. interesting that they don't cover the casting machine from dust. Guess they don't. Guess it doesn't. They don't care about dust. Maybe they clean it out. It's molten. I mean, maybe like some of the other things, but the internals get so hot. I don't think a little dust is gonna affect molten steel or aluminum or molten aluminum. Bit rate way too low. Yeah, the bit rate, that could have something to do with my bandwidth. I might have used all the bandwidth up. Sorry guys. Or it could just be the internet connection out here at GigaTexas. We are in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna move you guys so you can see this though. It's gonna maybe get a little windier out here. I mean, I'm trying to do my best here, guys. Sorry if it's not perfect. There's always activity down there. I wanted to show you guys too, I'm going to think about in the future making some GigaTexas prints and pictures, and maybe doing like some giveaways or something on the channel. This is kind of like what I want to kind of show you. This is a photo of Corpus Christi. So I take photos like that and I'll print them out, and you know, it's just something really inexpensive and cheap. And I might do some GigaTexas ones for you guys. Yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool. And then maybe do a giveaway or something of some of my art, or maybe some postcards or something. Oh, somebody wanted to see the drone. I don't know if you saw that, but there you go. think so, maybe. Check this out. Yeah, here, it's a battery. I don't know if y'all saw that either, but cheers. Oh, here we go. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's windy today. I was worried flying the drone how windy it was. Try this. Bit rate's too low. That drone ain't got no blades. No, it doesn't. For the rainy season. Yeah, we don't really have too much of a rainy season here in Texas. It's always dry here. I mean, if it rains, it normally doesn't rain much. And if it does rain a lot, it doesn't normally rain long. Thought I'm gonna walk over here, kind of just show you guys. See, here's the construction guy's truck right here. They always come over here to this survey thing, and they check it out and do stuff. It's got like a Wi-Fi thing. It's pretty crazy. Oh, look at that. You can see the thing from this angle. It's way better. Sorry if the bit rate's too low. Maybe I'll stop and start it over. Take the tripod. That is not the right type of tripod for this. That I don't want to have to lug around every day. I'm sorry. Nah, you just need, for this, I'm just gonna get a secondary tripod and then just set the phone up with a camera, a phone attachment, and it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be good to go. We don't take things here that don't belong to us. Hey guys, let me know, is the bit rate still too low? Y'all guys seeing just a bunch of jargon, or is this worth it for you? There's 25 people watching, so... I don't exactly... they're a survey thing. I think it's like... I think it scouts the area. I can ask, maybe. Let me ask. I'll ask real quick. They're not paying attention to me. Let me ask you, what exactly does that do? It surveys the area?
No, that's just a base that's gated frequencies from satellites.
Okay, so it is satellite, yeah. So it's more like pinpointing coordinates through, or just that exact spot?
That spot is exerting more data to me while I'm out there, so that I can use satellite
So satellites for like the whole area, or like for different things that you do?
Basic babies, GLONASS.
Sure. Okay, different things, yeah. And then it's pinpointing that exact area.
And then I use that to make an azimuth and reference to use coordinates.
Cool. They were asking on the live feed, like, what exactly do you do? So I thought, I'll ask real quick, yeah. Cool, thanks. I don't know if y'all guys heard that, but this right here is pinpointing exact locations, GPS, to these guys over here in the work truck. So they pinpoint exact GPS locations for different things that they do on the work site. Don't move it. The factory. Yeah, if we move that, all the cranes and everything will just start moving away. No problem, man. They seemed very happy to answer too. Thought I'd just give a little different perspective here. No, oh, check that out. Right here. Sell them to the workers. Just give it to them. The only problem is there's not very many workers that actually come up here. These guys, they come up here every now and then, but they don't come here every time up here. They just come to check on that little survey thing or something. But yeah, it's not a bad idea. Heck, I should bring donuts and food for me. I keep forgetting to bring lunch and just eating my lunch out here. That's what I really want to do. Just take my own lunch. Maybe on a sunrise shoot, I'll bring donuts. I should give them to the truck drivers pulling in. Stop them and give them a donut. But I mean, this is COVID-19. I don't know how people are still all crazy about that. I don't know if they want to take my donut. But I don't mind, I'll offer. There he goes, he's gonna go fill it. He's gonna go, yeah, he's gonna go fill it, yeah. Thought there was another one in line, but no, that's it. Again, it is extremely high winds today, so there will be a lot better, a lot less shake on a less windy day. It's not blurry on our end, man. That's the thing. It might be blurry on your connection, but I don't think it's blurry here. Hold on, I'll try to clean the lens. I'll clean the lens. If the lens is clean, and it's still blurry, I would assume it's got to be on your end. Here we go. Hold on, everybody. Sorry. I just licked it. Okay. So there. I mean, it can't be blurry. How often do you think before the game is done and roof on end of April? Ooh, that's tough, man. Yeah, I don't think it's the camera. If anything, it's probably the data. The main frame of the building. I just don't know, honestly. I'm not good at predicting things like that, to be totally honest, or trying to judge things. I know that they're always delayed when it comes to construction, so I don't know, but I'm sure this won't be delayed. But I'll predict that the Tesla stock's going to go up, but I'm not going to predict when this thing will be done. All right, any particular area y'all guys want to see before I put it on the tripod? we might beat Berlin. We move fast here in Texas, and they got a lot more regulations and stuff that hinder them in Germany. They probably also have a lot more off time, holiday leave, things like that. So we could definitely beat them here in Texas. Or going back in the tripod. Well, my rigged tripod. Paperwork, and they don't work Sundays. Yep, I guess so. We work 24/7 here. It's America. Looking good. Ooh, lots of action going on over here now. Check this out. He's running. Is he waving him? Come on! I'm a hustler, baby. I know my boy. Come on. Hear all that aggregate going in there? All right, later, Brian. Get back to work. Yeah, I need to get home too in a little bit and get back to my Shutterstock and my Getty. I've been neglecting her because of all this. That's all right though. I think I have about 10,000 images on my Getty image portfolio and thousands of stock videos. So I've been putting in the work so I can have this freedom. The side feeder is good for the geopier. Oh, beam going up, that's cool. Check that out. This is what I'm talking about. You look at this construction yard sometimes and it's like the cranes don't really move that much, things don't really move too much, but then once you see it, once you see it, man, it moves fast. And then once that drops into place, it happens quick. It goes. Yeah, might be a little more exciting than the Nikola factory. I still like that guy though. Wait, or is that you? I think that is you, yeah. Jim Bob, are you the one that does the Nikola factory? Right? You're the one that flies the drone over the Nikola factory? Oh, you're not. Okay, but you follow the channel though. You follow the guy. Yeah, it's a little more interesting here for sure. Or somebody. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, I like him. I like his channel. I like anybody out there trying to do something. But yeah. I mean, hey, if you live in Nevada, then that's all you got to film. That's all you got. But I really wouldn't go out of my way to film the Nikola factory. That's for sure. There it is, it's gone. No, don't go to me. Well, what's up? Why not? I'll say hi. Accident. It's amazing to see history being built. Yeah, that's what I'm saying all the time. Been waiting my whole life for this day. Well, for the day I see fossil fuels finally collapse in a big way. We're always gonna have petrochemicals, and we'll always probably have petrochemical refineries, but if we can get it to the point to where these companies don't illegally dump because they know that they can illegally dump chemicals and just take $1 million fine and then nothing happens because they make billions of dollars, that's what we need. We need to make it to where at least the stuff that they're doing is so small that it's not going to impact much no matter how bad of a people they are. But right now, we've just had the past 100 years. I mean, go back and just look at the pictures of the trees that were cut down in the redwood forest. If it wasn't for John Muir and the people during that time who saved these national forests, man, we'd be in a lot worse place off right now because we would have a lot less carbon capture. It'd be just so much worse. So yeah, there's lots of people to be thankful for. John Muir, Claire Patterson. Go look up Claire Patterson. If you don't know the story of Claire Patterson, I think one of the best examples of the stories of Claire Patterson is from Neil deGrasse Tyson's Cosmos. An episode on it. But basically, Claire Patterson was trying to figure out the age of the Earth, and by doing so, he had to create a clean room because he found that there was so much lead everywhere that he couldn't actually make his scientific experiments because the data was always being corrupted by so much lead. But we found that it was all from leaded gasoline. That's why when you go to the gas pump right now, it says unleaded gasoline. Because Claire Patterson fought the fossil fuel companies and fought that entire industry. They even tried to pull his teaching degree. They tried to, supposedly I've heard, he had attempted murders on him because they did not want him to stop, they did not want him to let the public know that leaded gasoline was killing everyone. So yeah, this is just great. It makes me happy just being here because it makes me feel like I'm closer to a life of less pollution, and you know, it's just nice. U.S. will lead the way in renewables. Offshore wind is coming big time. Check out Ørsted Danish Wind Company. I've heard about that company. I don't know if it's that same company, but there's a company in Europe that's making wind turbines from wood. And a really interesting idea. They're making it from wood, and everyone thought it wouldn't be possible, but they said because it's renewable, they grow the trees. I don't know the whole thing. Check them out though. There are trade-offs on all energy production types, totally. And that's what we're doing with this though. We're trading off the worst of the worst, which is coal and oil, and we're trading that off for things that are better, like solar and wind. Here in Texas, we lead in wind. It's onshore wind. The reason why we like that is because we're built on oil, and our oil and our fracking sites are built by allowing people with land to get royalties off their land, and that's why a lot of Texas is like that. And the same thing with wind. They put wind turbines now on their land, and they actually make a lot of money from wind. So another thing to check out, if you want to check out American Wind Stock Company, check out it's called FAN, F-A-N, ticker symbol, and it's basically the wind turbine ETF. It's great. It just keeps going up. You get a little dividend, I think, and it's a great stock to invest in if you like wind energy. Gotta respect. Oh, let's see. Gotta respect the same guy that came up with leaded gas. Also came up with Freon in the air conditioners to kill the ozone layer. Well, you know, back then, I mean, we invent things and we don't know the harm of them until we do them sometimes, and that's why we continue to push those things, you know. I mean, yeah, he may not have been trying to kill everyone, but he probably made some money and you know, push technology forward, and we just got to make sure that the technology we continue to want to push forward is technology that isn't killing us. Solar and wind are not 100% solutions, not even close. Solar and wind are 100% solutions. I will disagree with you on that. Solar, wind, plus battery storage is actually all we need. You can actually calculate this with math. Very simple back of the napkin math. You can calculate that all you need to sustain the entire world with free energy is wind, solar, and battery storage. respect the damage one man can do. Yeah, definitely. It's a collective, but one powerful man can get many, many other men to do their bidding, right? We need cheap batteries to make it complete. Oh, I agree. I agree. We do need the battery storage, but you don't always need batteries for energy storage. There's things called molten salt storage. There's hydraulic storage where use wind turbines during the day or during the windy period. Wind turbines create so much extra energy that there are places that they use water, and they use the extra energy to pump water uphill. And then when there's no wind, they let the water and gravity pull it down and creates more free energy. And then again, they repeat the process. When it's windy, they pump it uphill. And then when it's not windy, they use gravity and it comes downhill in the form of, like, you know, hydraulic electricity. So no, there are many different types of energies and there are trade-offs for all of them, but what we need to do is just continue to push the ones that aren't polluting and causing us cancer. Leaded gas, Freon guy was just an engineer, not a fat cat. Yeah, really interesting story overall. Pumped hydro is cool in the very few places where you can do it. Yeah, there was one really cool thing I heard. It's kind of like they take cranes with giant weights, like huge blocks, like concrete blocks, and then during the excessive energy, let's say like during the windy periods or during the extra sun where there's extra energy, they actually take these blocks and they crane them on top of each other and build like a big, like, you know, tower of blocks. And that they use the extra energy to do that. And then when there's less energy, they take the blocks and they put them down. And then the gravity and the weight of the blocks pulling down creates more energy. So there's definitely going to be ways in the future that we're going to be able to create and store energy from the excessive energy. You know, it's going to be a feedback loop. We'll have a feedback loop going on. It's going to take time. And we're still fighting all the money that the fossil fuel companies have made. You know, over the past 100 years, the fossil fuel companies have accumulated so much wealth that they've been using that wealth to stay in power. And, you know, we're slowly kind of dwindling away at that, and it's changing. So we'll keep it up for that. Keep it up in a good mood. Solar have their own environmental. They definitely do, but they're just less. They definitely do. They're just less. The thing about solar and wind is that they don't use water. They don't use much water. So that's a big thing. Fracking doesn't only use water, fracking contaminates the water and contaminates the groundwater. That's the worst. I think if anything, we should all agree that fracking should be banned, straight up. There should not be fracking. Especially, fracking should be nowhere near any public person. If a person lives near that area, it should be illegal to frack. Yeah, no emissions, exactly. So we're taking out the worst of the worst first, and we're cleaning up our system over time. And not everything we do is going to be perfect, but over time, it's definitely better than coal and those type of things. It's also better for the workers. Think about the workers working in a coal mine. I mean, even though they like their job, they want their job, they don't like that job, and it's not good for them to get black lung. You know, we can retrain our workers into solar and wind and into better jobs, and actually we're doing that. In New Mexico, there is an initiative. They're shutting down one of the last coal plants in New Mexico, one of the poorest states in our country. I love New Mexico. And they're shutting down that coal plant, and every one of the workers is gonna get trained to work at the new either wind or solar power plant that they're building. Check that out. You can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Yeah, or the imperfections. You can't let the imperfections be the enemy of the good. Even though there's a little bit of, you know, silicon or a little bit of cobalt or whatever it is, You want to know how much cobalt is in fossil fuels? You want to know how much arsenic and all these other chemicals? Way worse. So we're trading off far worse things for less and less and less negativity. No, land use, no. Solar and wind are not terrible ways of land use. That's not accurate either, Charles. I agree there probably are better ways of using land, but when you look at land use, a wind turbine, that's the reason why most farmers and ranchers in Texas choose wind turbines now over fracking sites and oil sites on their land, because actually there's far less destructiveness to their land when they use wind. So no, I'm gonna have to disagree on that one, Charles. Land use, wind and solar is much better, because even with solar, they're finding ways to do gardening and crops mixed with the solar. So I'd have to disagree on that one. I think land use is actually much better, because did you grow up across the street from an oil refinery? Because I did. I grew up in Corpus Christi next to oil refineries, and I'll tell you, the land around those oil refineries and those fracking yards, 100% completely useless unless you want to breathe horrible air and get cancer all day. That's why I'm so passionate about this. It's just not true. When you go live around oil refineries, it's far, far worse. Houston, they just had one of their explosions, killed 6 people, blew out all these houses, and all the property values in the area just plummeted. So people got hurt, people died, people got cancer, people, got sick, workers died, all sorts of horrible things happened, and you probably can't really live near that area anymore. So the land is completely useless now until they clean it up, until they move that industry out, and things will get better. So Texas, I wouldn't say Texas is empty land. There's a lot of money to be made in the land here in Texas. I think people are finding that the empty land has money to be made, and it's better for their land to go with wind and solar and things like that than to try to make money the old ways, like cutting the trees down, exploiting the land, things like that. Wind seems fine for land use. Few windmills don't obstruct farming where I've seen it across country. Exactly, that's my point. The people that own the land are the ones choosing to put the wind turbines on their land here in Texas. And that shows that the people that own the land, like my mom's, one of my relatives, that's specifically what he does, and that's what he says, is that he specifically would rather have a wind turbine on his land making him money, which makes him more money than the oil companies who come on their land non-stop with trucks, spilling oil, running over stuff, driving through their land. And the wind turbine people, they only come by once every few months or whatever, once a year or whatever, to repair it or whatnot, and that's it. So it's just a lot better for them. Offshore wind has low footprint, exactly. When we get offshore wind, it'll have even lower footprint than onshore wind. Great discussion, guys, so I'm loving it. I'm not trying to be anti-fossil fuel here. We understand that we have to transition into that, but we can't play around anymore about how important it is to transition from the worst of the worst. A few wind turbines don't get you to 100% power, but a few wind turbines, a few solar panels, and a few battery storage systems with cars with vehicle to grid. And when Tesla gets vehicle to grid going, we're gonna have things called virtual power plants. And that's what you're looking at here. The cells that are being built here are gonna be the high density battery cells that will enable things like vehicle to grid, Tesla Semi, and those high density energy projects that are gonna be needed to transition us to 100% fully electricity, fully renewable. The new GE turbines are 12 megawatts. One rotation powers your home. Exactly. Technology will move us forward, and now that the money is starting to be funneled into these renewables, and we're seeing that they are profitable and becoming more highly profitable than the fossil fuels, give it 3 years, Texas will not be known for the oil state. We will be known for the Tesla state. Yes, you can, Charles. You can grow things under solar farms. That's exactly why they're doing that. Because like many places, deserts and in Texas, when we have too much sun, there's many plants. Because I'm a grower myself, my mom owns a ranch, we grow. We know that actually there are plants that need less sunlight, and there's too much sunlight actually. So when you have plants that need shade, you plant them under the solar panels, and then when you have plants that need high amounts of sun, you plant them in the areas away from the solar panels in full sun. And there are plants that need partial shade, and the plants that need partial shade you plant next to the solar panels in between the rows. So no, there are many projects right now going on that are focusing on planting gardens around solar panel projects and utilizing the shade that the solar panels give off and the sun around the area as well. So no, it's a mixed project of sun, shade, and solar. And the solar is also powering the hydro and the watering systems and all the other things for the farm. So it's actually cutting costs, cutting their emissions, making it cheaper and more profitable to grow the food on that farm. Just to give you a little information on that there. So yeah, farming and solar go together for sure. Lots of rooftops that don't have solar yet. That is land already used too. Yeah, totally. And then you can put the solar on top of the roof, above the roof, and that gives you like a patio area, a shaded area to relax on the rooftop. Hydroponics and solar foolproof. Exactly. There are places in Chicago, places in New York City that are doing what's called warehouse farming. They put solar panels on top of the warehouse and they farm in vertical farming infrastructures inside of buildings. It's called vertical solar farming. The point, you can't get 100% power unless land use disaster. No, that's just not true. Sorry, Charles. Let's try not to be so negative, Charles. Come on, let's keep it positive. All of the wind power installed so far, it equates to only 5% energy gains. That's not true at all. Here in Texas, there's way more wind energy use. Just like I showed on my previous videos, every single time I DC fast charge my car, it doesn't even go off the natural gas like we use mostly here in Texas. When I charge my car on that charge point, DC fast charging, it's actually using extra wind energy. So yeah. Between solar on existing rooftops and ranch and farmlands, offshore wind plus battery storage, it can be done. I think there are places for nukes to provide base load as well. Yeah, regardless of how fast new ICE cars are banned, we are far from getting off of our plastic addiction. Yeah, that was my reasoning for saying that petrochemical refineries won't ever go away because of plastics. We'll cut down their emissions from oil and gasoline, but they're going to be making plastics for a long time for sure. But we can still find ways to make things not out of plastic and making them out of other things, and we're doing that. This is great, yeah, brilliant. I was thinking how much better it would be to have live broadcasts. Yeah, like I like doing the live broadcast, and then I see all the comments, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta get the comments going. If you can link up with your counterpart in Germany or China, Fremont, Nevada, that would be epic. Sorry, I don't really have any counterparts. I'm all by myself out here. See if the project manager or tradesmen or other people will conduct interviews while you're on site. Yeah, that would be great. I just noticed a lot of people don't like to be in front of the camera, but yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm sorry, you are just mistaken. Oh, here's Charles again. I am sorry, you are mistaken. You can't get to 100%. I'm sorry, but Elon Musk, the smartest and richest man in the world, already said and calculated that actually a small plot of land in Nevada alone, or Arizona alone, has more than enough land to run the whole country or the whole planet off of solar. Just that. There's a place, just a small plot in Africa is more than enough land to run the whole world off solar alone. So I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. You got to get up with the new information, not the solar information from 2009. Oh, to take a tour? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe, hey, this is going to be tourable. When Giga Texas is completed, Elon Musk said that this will have a public, it'll be public. You'll be able to come view it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. As soon as it's public, I'm gonna come back here and do a public live show and all that, for sure. Yeah, Elon's brother's doing vertical farming. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, how can people comment this kind of stuff when it's right there in front of us? Like, it's already happening. Yeah, of course this can't happen just overnight, but nothing can. We couldn't have built everything we have today overnight. It took us 100 years to build the highways and the fossil fuels and the fracking and all that. It took us time to get there, just like it's gonna take us time to get to where we're gonna be in the future. But I'll tell you right now, we will not have we won't have coal refineries, coal plants, we won't have coal-fired power plants. We won't have peaker plants in the future. We won't. We're simply moving towards more efficient forms of energy. Exactly. No Googling. No, let him Google it. You want Charles to Google it. Like, you don't want him to just guess. That's what I don't like, when people just like say things about stuff they don't really know about. Like, you need to Google the stuff before you comment about it, because that helps your comments be more accurate, and so you become a better part of this conversation when what you're commenting is accurate. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally. I respect Charles' opinion. I think he's right. What he's saying is true. Like, what he's saying is that we need more, because we keep using so much energy in other ways that we do need more. I agree. What's a DOE scientist? Depth of energy. Oh, Department of Energy. Is he really? Would know those numbers off the top of his head. Oh, Scott is actually DOE. Oh, okay. Either way, guys, I think we all want the same thing, though. That's the thing. We can all nitpick and argue and or not really argue, but we can all nitpick and go back and forth, but everyone wants the same thing. Even Charles, I think. We all want a better future. We want a cleaner future for our kids. That's what I want. I grew up across the street from an oil refinery, Coke refineries themselves, the Koch brothers, the greatest all-time, most known people for pollution. I grew up in the time where my favorite cartoon growing up was Captain Planet. I'm not making that up. I loved Captain Planet, and it made so much sense to me. And so that's what I think. I want a future to where my child doesn't have to grow up with a cartoon like Captain Planet and then go outside and smell that dirty oil refinery every day of his life. And we've already done that. Now we live in Austin, and we have a better life. It's a little cleaner, you know. And I think the next time when I go back to Corpus, I've already been back recently, and there's hundreds of wind turbines all over Corpus Christi now. So things change, and they change at a different rate in different places. So the places that are the most furthest behind and the most dependent on the oil jobs may take longer to change, but once they do change, it's like an S-curve. All of it will be like an S-curve. As soon as they start ramping up and changing and start to transition, it's going to happen real fast. So I think we just have a lot to be optimistic for. And maybe we should take what Charles says as that motivation to continue to pressure our regulators, pressure everyone around us to try to be better. And I think the next 4 years we have a good shot at trying to get some good environmental regulations going through. Yeah, exactly. We're just pumped about clean air, clean water, solar, better environment. Yeah, same thing, man. Good stuff. Spent fuel is a political problem, not a scientific problem. Not really. No, it's not just a political problem. I think Elon Musk and Tesla has shown us that the most, that when your politics fail you, technology, innovation, and what everyone talks about, the American dream, you know, that innovation of business can actually move the needle faster than politics. And Tesla, I think, has done that. Tesla has moved the needle on electric cars faster than our government wanted to do it for us. I think it's both. We need governmental incentives to help businesses push businesses in the right direction, and we need good business leaders and CEOs like Elon Musk to create businesses that are absolutely about doing that. We need both. Thorium has never been tried. It looked good back in Manhattan Project, but the A-bomb was better technology at the time. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pretend like I want to see nuclear energy. 5th generation reactors are relatively safe. Yeah, the new reactors, I've heard, they have smaller tubes, and like each tube is self-contained, and so that if there's ever like a meltdown, it's just one of the tubes, and they just pull the tube out, and then the rest of them are good to go. It's kind of like having a redundant hard drives that are all self-contained, and each of them use a lot less energy and have a lot less risk. And then if one fails, they just pull it out. And yeah, the newer ones seem great. A lot of people equate clean with safety, and security at a cursory national level with doing some deeper research, a little confirmation. Sorry, I can barely see it. Bias can mess with reason. It's really amazing. My cousin's in the U.S. I'm amazed. Hardworking for us to continue to be great. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for me. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. Share the video. If you haven't ever shared my video, I would love for you to just share it, because get the word out. All those good things. That way we can get some more people on here. Anybody own a bit of this factory? Is Tesla down? Just nuclear power needs political will. Yeah. Man, it's getting dusty. That's probably why they're spraying water earlier. Cut down the dust. I don't know why it keeps unfocusing, guys. Sorry. You don't want to see me. Do a little reposition here. All right, that's much better, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. Bryan, your close-up shots are amazing. I love how we can get close to see what's going on. Thanks, Mike. You want me to zoom in more? You'd be scared to buy Tesla stock at this price? I'm not scared. I bought some already. When you know something, look at this factory. The Cybertruck hasn't rolled off the lot. The Semi hasn't rolled off the lot. The Roadster hasn't rolled off the lot. The Roadster with the SpaceX thrusters, that hasn't rolled off the lot. Come on, really? Tesla hasn't even begun to begin. Oh, my bad. Yeah, just wait for the Semi, wait for the Roadster, wait for all the other vehicles to come out. If you think that Tesla stock's not going to go up when all those things start to come out, and then on top of that, full self-driving, come on. This is when I start becoming obnoxious, like solving the money problem. When people start thinking, especially when you're watching a live video of this, like, this is insane. No other company's doing this. Oh, maybe Nikola is. Sorry, Nikola. Sorry, Nikola. You have a factory too being built. Nah, 16K mile road trip in a Model 3. Nice. I want the tri-motor to haul RVs but it's money. Maybe a dual. Yeah, I got the dual motor, and if I don't get my funds and I'm hurting on cash, I might have to go down to the single motor. But I'm gonna sell my Mazda. If I have to, I'll sell the Kia Soul, and I have a down payment saved, so I'm gonna try to get that dual motor too. I have it on reservation. I'm number 600K. What reservation number are you? Throw it down. I'm still expecting to triple from here in the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I don't know how far it's gonna go up, but once this factory is completed and producing vehicles, just why would you think otherwise? Why would you think that it's not gonna go up? You're welcome, Faye. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Really helps get this out to more people if you share it and thumbs up it. But don't think we have another 10x in us in the next few years. Yeah. But I mean, 10x, that's crazy. Especially how much I already have in it. Like, I already got most of the extra savings I had is already in it. So every time it dips down now, I just buy a small fraction. I'm only spending like maybe 50 bucks at a time. I'll buy like 0.1, 0.5. Sometimes I'll buy 0.05 of a share. If it's down, why not? If you got the extra money. Up to you, but I think it's truly amazing. I can see parts of the world from my office. Cool. Yeah, for sure. That's what's cool about live. Tesla has a market cap greater than GM and Ford combined. Yep. I don't think any of us value Tesla as just an auto company. Yeah. Yeah, and well, even if you say it's just an auto company, like, the Cybertruck isn't really a truck. I mean, it's so much more that it's an advertisement. It's eye-catching. It's making people talk about Tesla. And even if you don't buy the Cybertruck, people are gonna see it and they're gonna be so crazy about it that it's publicity more so than everything else. And it's gonna change people's tune, especially people coming from Texas and Oklahoma and these truck states. Those are the tune that we change. We change a couple of those people's tunes, they change the tune of their friends, they change the tune of their families. Things can change very quickly. GM just announced yesterday that they will be all electric. No, Charles, they did not. GM announced the other day that they have aspirations to go fully electric by 2035. They said they have aspirations. Do you see these? These are called, hold on, I have to do this for Charles. Aspirations. Aspirations are not the same as actually doing it. And so I think you'll see they're going to backpedal that, and don't forget, it's aspirations. Yeah, their aspirations to go fully electric won't push them fast enough to continue to beat. Now, what GM should have done was they should have not stolen the 1300 EV1s that they produced a long time ago, and they should have kept funneling money into their electric program that started way before Tesla. And if they would have kept funneling money into that, where would GM be right now? Right now, GM would be so much further if they would have just continued their EV1 project. I sat in the EV1, it's a great car. They aspire to be full electric, exactly. Yeah, they said only light duty, I thought, not even medium duty. I'm pretty sure it was only aspirational for light duty vehicles, which might not even be most pickup trucks. %50 of my portfolio is in Tesla already, so I'm not buying anymore. I have about 75%. And actually, if you ask most of the richest investors, like I want to say, what's his name? Why am I blanking? What's the most well-known investor of all time? What's his name? I don't know why, it's crazy. Why am I not thinking of it? Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. He said that diversity is for the is for idiots, basically. And if you don't know which company to put all your eggs in one basket in, then you might not have the knowledge base to say that you can put 100% of your money into one business. But if you were 100%, if you knew for a fact that if you put 100% of all of your wealth into one business that would grow the fastest, that is actually better for you than if you diversified and had your money all over the place and only one of those businesses was successful. See, so diversification actually is not a good idea. It's easier also to know a lot about one or two companies than it is to know everything about every company or about multiple companies. So on the diversity note, actually Solving the Money Problem did a really great episode on this as well. Go check out Solving the Money Problem's episode on this. He clearly shows why when you know what you're talking about and when you're highly educated in a specific company or in a specific field, when you know that this disruption's happening, putting all your eggs in one basket is not a bad idea if you know that basket's gonna grow tremendously. I got a bunch of ARC, yep. Yep, gotta embrace change. You'd rather have a Rivian or EV Hummer, and yes, there's your problem. No, I like Rivian. I like Rivian. You're not gonna get the EV Hummer, I'll tell you that right now, unless you bought one of those really, really expensive $100,000 ones. But you're not gonna see those EV Hummers anytime soon, and probably maybe not ever gonna see that base model ever. The Rivian is amazing. Go buy a Rivian. I'll do a video on you, me and you. I'll do a video with you. We'll cruise around in the Rivian. I touched the Rivian at Fully Charged Live here in Austin, and I love the Rivian. It's great. I think the Rivian's amazing. I don't think it's gonna compete with the Cybertruck, but still, I like it. It's too expensive. The Rivian's like $70K. Yeah, the tank maneuver. Yeah, that tank maneuver is pretty cool. Oh, Warren Buffett, there we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett himself said, diversification, it's for the people who don't know enough. If you know enough, you don't need to diversify. If you knew that Amazon was gonna be Amazon, you didn't need to diversify. You would have just put your money in Amazon and you would have been good, right? Yeah. You didn't need to diversify. All you needed to do was put your money in Amazon and you'd be rich. So you don't need to diversify with Tesla if you know Tesla's going to be more valuable. I personally, the reason why I don't diversify or think about what I do as diversification is because I specifically invest in businesses that I want to see a future of. I don't invest in oil because I don't want to see that in my future. I invest in Tesla because I want to see that in my future. I invest in Arcimoto because I want to see Arcimotos in my future. I invest in Solo because I want those little Solo cars in my future. I invest in Nano Dimensions because I want to see 3D printing and these nanotechnologies. I invest in ARC. I invest in full self-driving. I invest in those things that I want to see in the future. And so it's less about diversifying for any other reason other than my own personal beliefs and benefits. But if I know that Tesla's going to be ahead, I don't need to diversify from Tesla. I only diversify from Tesla because there are other businesses that I like and that I want to support, and that I think are going to grow, all those kind of things. But still, I'm not going to put my money in a stock, honestly, just because I think it's going to grow. I'm not the type of person that's trying to make money off the stock market. I want to use the stock market at kind of what I feel it's supposed to be, which is a place to invest in businesses that you want to see grow and become larger in your future. Oh, I like this. My big takeaway from the GameStop madness is that so many more people are interested in gaining some financial literacy after this. Totally. I've had people that used to not ever talk about stocks and now wanted to talk about stocks. I had people that asked me what short selling is and all that kind of stuff. Totally. That's cool. Brex Minerals, yeah. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Oh, I gotta get out of here. We need a couple more minutes while I load up. We can set this up where I can go do my thing. Cheers, Bryan. Yep, cheers. As well, yep, good job. Charles, again, I is happy to have the conversation. Not nagging on you or nothing. I really love it. Don't stop. Keep up your work and keep commenting. Keep it up, because we need this conversation. We need everyone to talk about this. There's a lot of people in the Tesla community that don't care about environmentalism. They just like Teslas, and that's cool too. But I think it's just good for all of us to keep pushing forward. So. Oh. And for everyone who says that nobody picks up the trash around here. Picked up this bucket. Got a brand new bucket. I'm gonna pick up the trash. It's a good bucket too, brand new. Nice bucket. I'm really happy about this bucket, guys. I found that bucket. It was just on the side of the road over there. Most of the trash, it flies out of people's, the back of their trucks and back of their cars on the highway. Smart environmentalism is the only environmentalism. Yep. And really, like, when it comes to humans, there's not much that we can do as humans that's like good for the environment. Almost everything we do is, hurting or changing the environment. We just want to try to lessen that as much as we can, so that, mainly for me, I think it's so that all the other life forms that live on this planet can all coexist, and that we won't kill all the other species on this planet, because that's not going to be good. I don't even think we'll be able to survive if we kill all the other species off of this planet, and it's happening. So, the more biodiversity we can keep and we can sustain, the better. Environmentalism is BS. If there wasn't environmentalism, you'd probably be dead right now. You would be dead. You would have lead poisoning from all the leaded gas. Yeah. Oh, GigaTexas. Great combo, guys. I think it might be lunchtime. Plants love that CO2, yeah. But plants don't love the disruption of weather cycles. And really, right, that disruption of weather cycles, it's what's going to make it really extreme for plants, because you're going to have places that were deserts change to more humid and wetter, and places that are drier, and those plants have adapted over, millions of years, not 100. So yeah. But that's why I think this has so much impact on people, because people can see so many different things in this factory. Future technology, environmentalism, everything. Amazing cars, amazing future, jobs. All right, guys. Cheers. You guys have a great day. I'm going to get home, make the video, and we'll have some videos coming out for you later. Peace.